What up, everybody? It's Find Your Weird. It's me, it's Patrick Galactic, and I'm back here on Tuesdays. Ain't no Ryan Bryan coming in tonight. I'm trying to steal anybody's thunder. There isn't much thunder to steal, if I'm being honest. I mean, look at all this thunder that I'm bringing to you right now. You might think somebody might want to steal it, but I don't think they do actually. Thunder is actually inflation is high, so thunder is actually kind of cheap right now. How are we doing? How are we doing, everybody? Naomi Baomi Faomi, hello. Alex F and V Dartone the Third in the chat tonight. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alex FV and I were both saying in the chat before the show that we're a little tired, and Alex FV said, "Find Your Nap." Could be the name of this show, and it could be. Dortone says, "Find Your Nap is a show where Patrick has to find out which yard I'm passed out in." Hey, you know what? That would actually, honestly, be kind of compelling, I think, in its own way. Dortone the Third is kind of our resident. It's like the neighborhood drunk. You know what I mean? Like, whose yard is he passed out in? Whose closet is he sleeping in? He's always watching. I think that's the thing. Whether he's the savior or not, the savior, he will be. I am dropping some Dartone emotes in the chat right now and distracting myself. So if you're new to Find Your Weird, ask me whatever you want. I am here to hang out. I always have stuff for us to watch. We definitely will get to all that, and we're going to talk about all of that. But really, this can go anywhere. We can look stuff up together. We can let the chat guide the flow. There's no script. There's no format here. So really, we'll get to it all in time, friends. We'll get to it all in time. But if you have a topic that you've always wanted to know more about, but you never really thought about it till now, and you're feeling kind of lazy, I'll do it. We can do it. I have a bunch of questions to ask you all as well. It's good to be back. Last week when Ryan Bryan ran roughshod over the show, I did eventually kind of get him back, but it was kind of terrible to be deposed, and so I fired Shiny Salads and Smoothies as a sponsor of Weird at Night. So they are going to be here for one more episode, but I'm very pleased to welcome back for this show Shitty's Pizza! That's right, the hospital is just next door. If you don't know why, just have a slice. I didn't know if I would remember the pitch for Shitty's Pizza, but I do. And if you use promo code WhyGodDoWeSuffer, you get a free depubing. That's a pube-free pizza for free, normally $4.99. Not for people who watch Weird at Night and find your weird. No. Whoops, wrong thing. You can shave and save. If you use that promo code, we will we will use the scrape pubes from your pizza and make you and your family a complimentary merkin. That's right. That's quite a merkin right there. So make sure you check out Shitty's Pizzas on the corner of 9th and Nocturnal Drive, just past the memory of your first fully charged smartphone. Well, felt good to do that. Shitty's Pizza has been a minute. Whoa. Dartone the Third says, "I thought you got Ryan Bryan's mom in the back." Well, on it, at least. Oh, hello. That's what Ryan thought. But no, I've been very busy this week so far. Very busy. I am re-entering the job market right now. And one thing that's really cool is I put in a lot of work to be able to do work that I want to do, which is kind of a new concept for me. I really haven't ever really had jobs that I actually enjoyed, doing work that I enjoyed. Most of the work that I enjoy doing, nobody wants to pay me for. Nobody actually wants to pay me for it. So it's kind of a new thing. It's a new concept to me. Been sending out some applications, and I applied for what would be a dream job today. Obviously, all I've done is send a resume and a cover letter, but you never know. You just never know until you put it out there, baby. Until you put it out there. So, I got a question to start us off, okay? How old is old? How old is old? Like, at what age is there, like, in your mind, is there officially an age where you're old? Or is it something else? I'd like to know what you think. Make sure you at me in the chat with your answers, because I'm very curious about this. Now, first things first, you don't have to spare my feelings. I don't feel like a kid. I'm kind of old for sure. But is there like a particular age where you think people are officially old? This definitely seems to change for me as I get older. When I was 20, I thought 40 was officially old. And now that I'm turning like 43 in less than a month, it's definitely not 40. I think of like somewhere in your 70s as being old now. Alex MV says, I think 78 is old. Fair enough. You know, like when I was younger, I would see older people and I would be like, oh, look at them, so old. And now I'm like, man, I just hope I look that good when I'm their age. Because, you know, whatever, this mortal coil and all of that, time goes by very fast. But honestly, being old seems like, in my opinion, more like of a mental thing to me these days. I've met 60-year-olds who made me feel old because they were so chill and still very curious about life. My philosophy is kind of that age is a number that no one can do anything about, right? You can't do anything about the number attached to you. But your edge, you know, maintaining your edge, that connection to life, curiosity, or willingness to see the world with new eyes, that is something we can do something about. Some people like lose that edge like immediately, like in their 20s. And some people never lose it. And I hope I never lose it either, or at least don't lose more of it. Naomi says, I can still kind of remember when 12 years old seemed really old. That's true. That's true. I remember being like 5 or 6 and being like, whoa, you're 14, you're 13, you're 11. Whoa, that's really old. Yes. Good point, Naomi. Dartone the Third, for men 75 or women, I don't know. My buddy Leonardo says 25, which isn't weird because he is 55 and still young. Wow. Wow. Your friend Leonardo, interesting. I have a quote for you all. Speaking of wise words, like Leonardo's, I have a quote for you. Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. So let's say that again. Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which of those to keep. Completely agree with this, friends. Completely agree. You really don't know who you are when you first start in artistry, I think. You know, creativity kind of helps guide you to who you are. You can learn about yourself through creativity, but some of that comes from making mistakes. And that doesn't necessarily just apply to art, like visual art or the performing arts. It's something that life itself is art, and making mistakes is how we learn. And I know I really stress, kind of let yourself make mistakes, but I don't think it can be said enough because I think we live in a world where people are so often kind of projecting an image of perfection on social media or trying to, you know, kind of live in a bubble where they feel really secure projecting this, you know, fun lifestyle or this like vision of success. But really, success comes from finding out who you are, and making mistakes is something that you can do. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. It's okay to have something not work out the way you maybe thought it would, and pick yourself back up and keep moving. You know what I mean? So I like this one. Creativity is allowing yourself to make mistakes. Art is knowing which ones to keep. Yeah. So let's see. Dartone says, LOL, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio breaks up with his girlfriend whenever they turn 25. Okay, I get it now. Leo has a taste for the young ladies. Ugh. Yes. Something that I did want to share is a Better Kitty Meow, and I watched in one night the entire new season of Kids in the Hall that came out last year. It's incredible. It's super, super funny. It was so hard for me to believe that they could spend that much time apart and still do something completely in touch with the original, but they absolutely did. Those are guys that are all in their 60s and haven't lost their edge at all. I loved Kids in the Hall when I was a kid, and it brought a huge smile to my face to see them resurrect the bits and characters I loved when I was a teenager in a way that was still relevant. If you love absurd sketch comedy, and God knows we do here, I highly recommend it. It's on Amazon, which, yay. But if you already got Prime, check it out. I'm going to start digging into the originals now pretty soon. Really, really resurrected my love and respect for Kids in the Hall. Absolutely incredible stuff. Cannot recommend it highly enough. So I think maybe I'll play you guys a song, huh? Be kind of fun, right? This is a song I have played before on Weird at Night. I never check the tuning of the guitar until I'm live, which is super fun for you all. But this song I wrote when I was about 19 or 20. I had a bad experience with somebody in the music industry, and I wrote a song called Mr. Wicked. This is it. Mr. Wicked, always tickled to see. Whoops. Mr. Wicked, always tickled to see a brand new face. So I exclaims, I believe I know your name. To all surprised, Mr. Wicked's eyes go over sad sky and stormy nights. Now it says with a sick smile, why don't you come inside? Sad and shifty painted mustache between his two black eyes. Why he says, I can make you a millionaire if you wanna go for a ride. Known to few, if any at all, Mr. Wicked doesn't like to play. He's into hard packs, hard cash, fame, and glory. Nobody gets in his way. Mr. Wicked, you play your card in. You set for the kill. Mr. Wicked, I know you're around and you never get your line, cheat, steal. A little rusty on old Mr. Wicked there. I haven't played that song very much, but I wrote that song over, like, Jesus Christ. My guitar stand is refusing to accept this guitar. What the? Y'all can't see this right now, but I'm about to pull down my whole lighting kit. Come on. Excuse me just a minute, folks. All right. Yeah, no, I know. You can't see what was happening there, but my guitar stand basically just fell apart as I was trying to put my guitar on it. So I had to go put it on the couch. So if we play more music, you're gonna have to excuse me again, but thank you all so much. Yes, Dartone, the guitar stand is on strike. Alex FFV was very happy to hear Mr. Wicked because Alex FFV heard Mr. Wicked when I originally released it like 25 years ago. What the fuck? Very close to 25 years ago. That is unbelievable even to me. And I know I'm old. But while we're on the topic of music, I'm going to make you laugh. And it's not me who's going to make you laugh. It's Problemagic Comedy. Here they are.
Long live the Bark Brothers! And sister!
Yeah. Man, I sure am going to miss you guys so much.
Hey, just because we're all going to different colleges doesn't mean we're not going to always have these memories.
And remember all our pranks?
And underage drinking.
Yeah, well, no matter what happens to the Bark Brothers and sister, at least we'll always have this summer!
Bark Brothers forever!
see that?
What are you talking about?
Well, we like froze and there's some text. Something about me getting a gambling addiction?
Man, Dexter, you are crazy, bro.
But not as crazy as this summer.
Okay, for real, what was that?
Just a cheers to the end of an era.
No, we were frozen and there was some very specific text.
Oh yeah, that's just our futures.
Why are yours so inspiring and I got kidnapped by a Mexican drug cartel?
Oh, you gonna learn Spanish. Awesome.
Sure sounds like one loco summer, hombre.
Oh my god!
I know! What's the super FBI?
No, that one was like really ominous. What's my fate? Why did it change? Wait, I'm adopted. That's actually not that bad. Murdered?
Ah, Summer.
Wait, no, we gotta do something about this.
I agree. Summer!
Yeah.
Why is no one else freaking out?
I see your summer and I raise you a summer.
Stop talking about summer. This is bigger than summer.
There is only one thing bigger than summer.
Bark Brothers!
Es tu tarjeta. No.
You know, as somebody who has been trapped in a freeze frame myself many times on Weird at Night, as somebody who's had been part of many montages with summaries placed over me, I can really relate to what's going on there. And you know, you kind of got to be careful with your fiction. Now, Problem Magic Comedy is one of the best comedy troupes around. I really, really love what they do, and I highly recommend you go check out their Instagram, go check out their YouTube. All their stuff is there. I have loved it so much that over the course of time, I've literally played almost every video that's on there on Weird at Night at some point. And that's what I love about Find Your Weird. It's like, you know, something, you know, if I love something, I can play it again. I just do it here instead of doing it all the time on Weird at Night, because, you know, that would get kind of boring, kind of fast. But yeah, so while we were watching that, I was able to fix my guitar stand. I just want to say the guitar stand is okay. It is okay. So it is okay. Let's go back into the chat here. Yes, Alex FMV was very excited about Mr. Wicked. Dartone said the guitar stand is on strike. It's in a union. I hope so. I mean, there's so few people in unions anymore. If guitar stands can get some dental benefits, let's give it up to him, huh? Let's give it up to him. Better Kitty Meow loved the sketch. Alex FMV said I was like 12 or 13 when Mr. Wicked came out. I believe you would have been 13 because I believe it came out in 1999 was the official release of that song. So yeah, no, it's you know, it's been a while. I've been doing this for a while. All right, let's get to another question. How about we do that? If you're new and you're just joining us tonight, the first question is how old is old? Which basically, is there a time or in your life, an actual age, where you consider yourself old or other people old? Or is it something else? I would love to know. Just add me in the chat. with your answer, and I will read it. My second question is, what is your strangest tradition? What is your strangest tradition? This can be a family tradition, a personal tradition, something you do with your friends, whatever it is. I think my family's weirdest tradition is on birthdays, because basically all of us try to sing the happy birthday song as loudly and out of key as we possibly can. I mean, literally, people in the room are screaming it. I'm happy to report that it's a tradition that I personally started in our family. Yes, Peter Kitty Meow's daughter was exposed to this tradition for the first time last year, and seeing the look on her face as all of these grown adults in the room just started screaming at the top of their lungs in the most out of key, out of sync way possible, happy birthday, was pretty awesome. And what's funny about it is that actually my grandpa, R.I.P., my grandpa, loved it more than anyone. He loved it. He thought it was the funniest shit ever. He couldn't wait for it. He was kind of a stoic guy in his way, so it's kind of almost unnerving to watch him giggle like a little kid when we sing happy birthday to him or anyone else. But yes, the strangest tradition in my family is the way we sing happy birthday, because it is really, really over the top. Sable Aradia, hello. How you doing? Thank you for joining us tonight. How old is old? If you say, I've been standing all day, I need to sit down, you're getting old. If you have to say, I've been sitting all day, I have to lie down, now you're old. Well said. Well said, Sable Aradia. So if you say, I've been standing all day, I need to sit down, like I sometimes will say. Like if I'm at a live event, there's a concrete floor, I didn't wear comfortable enough shoes, I'll be like, my back hurts a little bit, I should probably sit down. But yeah, I agree. If you've been sitting all day and then you need to lie down, yeah, now you're old. Very well said, friend. Alex Evan V says, on birthdays, me and my sisters add on to the end of the birthday song and many more on Channel 4 and Scooby-Doo on Channel 2 and Frankenstein on Channel 9, Boys to Men on Channel 10, and then the song stops with no resolution. Fantastic. Fantastic. I knew all of those up until Boys to Men on Channel 10. Yes, I personally find the birthday song to be a great thing to mess with, because otherwise it's just kind of a boring song, really. Really, is it all that interesting? Is it all that interesting? Well, I have something for you that is interesting, and that is the musical talents of Tres Leches and their song Nieve, which we showed once on Weird at Night, but we are going to show you again right now because this video is off the hook. It is absolutely amazing. Check it out.
Staring you at the door. It's been a couple hours, 20 minutes, 11 seconds or so since you went through it. You broke my bed in two, and now I'm stuck here with all of the stuff, like that red dot picture that you took with her. Next time, take your taboo with you. When we came through the door, you wagered half a smile, like nothing happened, like we had always been. The strangest of friends, it broke my brain in two, and now I want nothing to do with you. I want nothing to do with you. What are we gonna do? When you came through the door, you wasted no words, ran right to me and collapsed into your world. Made up of two stars, I felt every chemical that made up my brain. I know you felt it too, and now that door seems like a million times and a million planets away.
Amazing stuff from Tres Leches. I do apologize. That wasn't Nieve. That was actually Strangest of Friends. My bad. But a great song nonetheless. And really an incredibly creative use. A great creative use of a one camera shoot and one person. So it was really, really awesome stuff from Tres Leches. Make sure you check them out on their Bandcamp. Make sure you follow them on YouTube. They have a bunch of great music videos. This is a band that always goes the extra mile to really give something totally different. And a band I've seen several times live in the Seattle area, and one that I'm a huge fan of. So make sure you check out Tres Leches. Dartone III says, my strangest tradition happens usually before sex, but sometimes during or after. I go to a Taco Bell drive-thru and order with a Russian accent. They are super surprised when I go to the window to get my food and talk without an accent. Wow, Dartone. That is not altogether surprising. That is not altogether surprising. So, as you know, last week we were invaded by Ryan Bryan, who hosted last week's edition of Find Your Weird until I found a way to get rid of him. But this past Saturday on Weird at Night, didn't seem like he was doing too good, did he? Yes! It was almost worth it to lose complete control of my own channel so I could get that stupid fucker back. First off, though, Mama Germany is a trip. Okay, Ryan is definitely his mother's son, and I would be totally cool with never talking to her again, ever. But yeah, I told her that Dr. Oz would be president if she turned off her phone for the whole day, and she did! So funny. What actually wasn't very funny, though, is that I just got an email from Shiny Salads and Smoothies saying they've already paid me for another week. So Ryan Bryan will definitely be back next week to host his final chapter of Ryan Bryan Teaches Guitar. The email did end, however, with "fuck you, you rat-faced loser," which seems a bit unprofesh, you know what I mean? But whatevs. Also, they sent this video, which I am legally obligated to play for you now.
Hey, everybody. It's me. It's Rye. It's the Rye guy. Pretty funny joke, Patrick. You like jokes? I told my mom that Dr. Oz would be president. I checked the news this morning and I don't think he is. You're a joker. Real joker, you. I had some stuff come up, so I couldn't do the third installment of my lesson this week. But I'll be back next week with the final rendition, the final part of Ryan Bryan Teaches You How to Play Guitar. It's gonna be awesome. There's a whole lot that's gonna be awesome real soon. But you're gonna have to wait to see it all. Especially you, Patrick. Especially you.
Holy shit. Ryan looks very malnourished, like very malnourished. Somebody get that kid a carrot. Jesus Christ. Is it just me, or did he come across as just like mildly threatening towards me? Ryan has admitted on several occasions when he didn't think he was being recorded to murdering his father, but he's really stupid. So I think it's safe to take my chances. What do you all think? Do you think it's safe to take my chances? Let me know in the chat. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. I mean, Ryan's going to be back this Saturday for his final installment of How to Play Guitar. Ryan Bryan teaches you how to play guitar, which so far has covered very little about actually playing guitar. In fact, I think the only thing guitar related about any of the advice he's given has been him just kind of holding a guitar at the beginning of the lesson. So I don't think you're probably going to learn anything about playing guitar, but Ryan's psychopathy is somewhat amusing, at least part of the time. Sable Aradia said about Tres Leches, brave video, I admire that immensely. Naomi Bayomi Fayomi says, I couldn't follow the lyrics at first. The bouncing punctuation marks were too distracting. That's why you need to go to Bandcamp and check it out. You can listen to the track. I think they let you listen to it 3 times before they ask you to buy it. So make sure you go check them out on Bandcamp. Tres Leches is one of my favorite bands from this area. Highly recommend it. On the topic of strangest traditions, Better Kitty Meowtha says, I can't think of any traditions, but need to make some. It's never too late. It's never too late. That birthday screaming tradition didn't happen till like 10 years ago or something. I don't know. So it's never too late, folks. You can always make new and bizarre traditions. Believe me, there's no time limit on it. Naomi Bayomi Fayomi says, I don't know what my weirdest tradition is, or that it is weird, or that it's a tradition. And yet, there it is. Indeed, friend. Indeed. Exactly. And Better Kitty Meow says, so creepy, I assume referring to Ryan Bryan. Not moi. And Alex FMV says, put him in a facility. To be fair, Alex FMV, it appeared that he was in some kind of facility. I do believe you might be referring to some kind of sanitarium, which don't really exist anymore. Or they're very hard to find. So Ryan Bryan is kind of psychopath who simply society has made impossible to properly house. And so he's on the loose. He's on the loose, and he's, appears mildly threatening, but I'm sure it's harmless. I'm sure nothing will come of it, right? Nothing will come of it. Okay. So, we're just rip-roaring through here tonight, folks. We are just rip-roaring through. I got a different question for you. Let's try this one. What name do you look like? What name do you look like? Now, this is a fun one. We're also used to thinking about ourselves as the name we have. But if you saw yourself for the very first time, what would you think your name was? Do you look like your actual name? Personally, for myself, I've had the benefit of some prior thought about this. I could see myself as like a Bertrand, like a pretentious European dork. Absolutely. But I could also see myself as like perhaps a Jacob, which, no offense, people named Jacob, is pretty lame. Okay. I'd go by Jake. People would be all like, what's up, Jake? And then I'd just nod silently and pull my hoodie over my head and watch anime. It would be horrible. Then again, and I know you're all thinking of this, I could absolutely see myself as an Austin. Okay. It's not a bad name. It's just a name. But when I take a hard look at this nerdy reflection, I think, Austin. And then I cry a little bit. What about you? Do you look like your actual name? And since we all have screen names, you can go by your screen name too, I suppose. But what name do you look like? I thought this was a very odd question and a very fun question. And that is what we are here to do. Be odd and fun at the same time. Alex FMV says, I think I legit look like an Alex, but maybe Amanda. A names, Alex FMV. A names. Sticking with the A's. So that's good. But it's hard for me to see you as an Amanda because I know exactly what you look like and I've called you Alex my whole life. So yes, this is a difficult exercise and not everybody can do it. Not everybody has the stuff to do this one, but give it a shot. It's just fun to do anyway. I think I'm going to play you guys another song, if you don't mind. Let me get to it here. Dartone the Third says I look like a Fabio. I'm not sure that's the first thing I would have called you, Dartone. But, you might just be right. You might end up with a career in book covers. You never really know. All right. This is a song I don't play all the time. Naomi Bayomi Fayomi says, I look like an Elsa. An Elsa. Very good. Very good. Alex FV says, I feel like you can always tell when a guy is going to be named Jake or Brandon. I feel like that's true. I feel like that's true. Dartone the Third or any guy on a trashy romance novel. Dartone, your day is going to come, my friend. Your day is going to come. Better Kitty Meow says, wow, I'm still thinking about this. It's a great question. Yes, it is. Because I ask great questions. I've been told that by people that I imagine that I ask great questions. Yeah. Made me whole again. You saved my soul, made me whole again. So trying to wait for you, and I'm trying wait for midnight, baby. To be young, true and free. That song is called Midnight. Thank you all for indulging this softly burning boy. Appreciate it. All right. Sable Aradia says, trying to remember what other people have called me. I get weird old-fashioned names. I've been called Sarah, Laura, and Donna by random people. Those weren't even common when I was a kid. I've been called Sarah, Laura, and Donna by random people, which weren't even common names. Damn. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, For some reason, like when I had jobs where I worked on the phone, I would say like, "Hi, thanks for calling, blah, blah, blah. This is Patrick." And they'd be like, "Hi, Dan," or "Hi, Steve." I mean, but it was like really common names that people would call me. So I always was like, do I sound like a Dan? Like, what the hell? Naomi Baomi Faomi says, this question has made me think that I should use Google Lens to look for photos like my face. So I'm gonna. Who else wants to try it? Very nice. Sable Aradia, and it's nice to hear your work, Patrick. You have a lovely voice, and that mic is not doing you justice because I can tell it's not capturing some deeper tones there. That is true. This is just a room mic. I kind of have a bit of a limited setup, but yes, that is true. But thank you very much, Sable Aradia. Alex 7V, I've literally only ever been called Alex and Alice because people think I'm saying Alice instead of Alex. I don't know. And Dartone the Third says people call me Chris all the time. Really? Well, yes, I guess I could understand that to some degree. I don't know what Google Lens is, Naomi. Oh, this looks like it would take some doing to get started with. Oh, it's okay. So it's a phone thing. Yes. Okay. Sable Aradia says, I just did. Apparently I look like me because I got a few copies of myself. Glad I have good visibility online. Hey, could be worse, right? Could be worse. Absolutely. Okay. So I got another question for you. And this is a simpler one. Shoes in the house, yes or no? Shoes in the house, yes or no? For me, yes. I wear shoes everywhere, pretty much. The super inside joke of Steve Germany, the shoe detective, is that while I'm not fascinated with actual shoes like Steve, I wear them pretty much at all times. When I walk into someone's house and see shoes like piled up in the living room, I immediately get very nervous. It's obviously their right to have a no shoes in the house policy, but there is some weird intimacy to immediately removing my shoes that I really, really hate. I get that it saves wear and tear on like carpets, but that is why I prefer hardwood floors. I'm honestly pretty weird about anything involving comfort. I don't get into comfy clothes or remove my shoes until just before I go to bed, pretty much. I have no idea why that actually is. Maybe I just want to be prepared in case a shark attack takes place. I don't know. Perhaps so I'll be ready in the very real case that a volcano erupts. Look up Mount Rainier sometime if you're not local. I may sound crazy, but I'm the smart one. Y'all see someday. Y'all see. Alex FMV says, man, I don't care about shoes in the house unless you've got gross stuff on them. Hey, cousin, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Now, I just mentioned Steve Germany, and we've been focused a lot on Ryan Bryan. But there was a time where Steve Germany, the shoe detective, had never, ever been seen in anything more than just still image with his noir stories being narrated over them. And then Blazing Space reached out to Steve Germany, and it kind of had some disastrous results, and this is the disastrous results.
And now for my highly anticipated, long-awaited interview with one of the world's finest DJs and music makers, 7 Deadly Records and disco droppings, Jimmy Jackson. With background music from Not For Sale and No Brass Jr. I gotta say, I was ready for this interview. I was feeling it. I don't know if it was the shoes or what, but I was ready for this shit. Let's do an interview. I just hope I don't fall back into voiceover mode. That's really been happening to me a lot about Jimmy Jackson. Finding myself, he must be related to the Steve Germany case, but I gotta put that behind me and get to this interview because I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Jackson, and you know I actually think this interview is going pretty well. I'm asking, he writes an out of office note to giving kind his clients, and it just, you know, it makes me just worry if I actually need to worry about Fine Corp still. I mean, Steve Germany did say that he thought Fine Corp were the ones who delivered that shoe, and now with the other one, I mean, should I be ready for a return? Really anxious lately. I need to focus on this and not about the usual stuff. Been anxious about that shoe. Who left that shit on my mailbox? And of course, you remember the beginning when I was just looking for help? Of course, there was a shoe detective nearby, and I gave them a call. Little did I know that the way that Steve Germany worked was actually to live inside your head, not through telephone. So he writes an out of office to his clients, which I see because he's me and I'm him, right? So now I know he did it, but this dude is fucking buying my groceries, he's smoking up my weed, he's using my hot tub, he's hanging out with my cat, and I realize this cat's actually just trying to live my life. So I gotta spend this whole time trying to solve a case, which I already know is solved because Steve Germany is the one who did it the whole time. And I'm sure y'all remember just after this huge bombshell, Juan News trying to catch up with me and get the truth. Then they go ask Steve Germany. He says it's fine, core. Now I need to respond to that. I'm like, case closed. I'm not worried about it. And the second shoe shows up. And what the hell does this mean? Do I gotta worry about fine, core? Gosh, I thought we beat those guys. You know, I really gotta focus on this interview. Jimmy seems to be noticing that I'm drifting off. I hope I'm saying most of this out loud. I really wanted to ask him about what he thought of the latest movies coming out in the Transformers franchise. I thought the first one was clever, but after that, really not much to work with unless you're like a Bumblebee or an action figure fan. Gosh, I hope this interview's going well. I really hope I'm not drifting off into voiceover as has been happening. The shoe case, it's just... like, who's dropping these shoes off on my mailbox? And, like, not only that, they're kind of dope shoes. I mean, I think I'm kind of killing this interview. You know? I mean, got some pretty good questions, and it seems like Jimmy's answering. I'm not always the best listener, especially when I've got this much going on in my mind with this shoe case and everything. Wonder what... oh boy, this is not good. These are not the questions I wrote down. You know, it's just shoes are kind of invading my mind lately. It seems like that's mostly what I want to figure out. Maybe I'll do it after this interview. You know, I think Jimmy's talking about how he came up with the name Jimmy Jackson, and that's interesting to me, but also, anyone else having an issue with black and white? I mean, I'm a little colorblind, but not this colorblind. Okay, so, oh, shit. Oh, not again. No. Just focus. Focus through. You could do it, Blazin. You could do it.
You're right, John.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have gone back into voiceover again. I love the first Transformers movie. I just think after that, the franchise kind of gets lost. I mean, it was clever, but there really wasn't that much to build on. Anyway, that's what I was saying in my head. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Not again. Not again. Not
I'm Steve Germany. Shoe Dick. Nice to meet you. I'm Steve Germany. Shoe Dick. I'm Steve Germany. Shoe Dick. I'm Steve Germany. Shoe Detective. What's up, bitch?
Those were sad times for all of us. That was the first time Steve Germany was ever actually seen. Once again, somebody who I've been accused of looking like, much like Ryan Bryan, which I am personally very insulted by. Personally, so please don't say it. But we all know, at least the long-time Weird at Night viewers know, that Steve kind of didn't know what to do once he got into the real world. And so that was just the beginning of Steve's perilous odyssey through incorporeal, animated, I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Through being a human being instead of just a fictional character. And then back to Noirland, and then, you know, he's trapped in a flashback now. I mean, you never know what's going to happen on Weird at Night. You have to be careful how you choose your fiction, friends, because you think you make these things up, and then they take over. Then they creep in ways you couldn't possibly understand until they're already there. Sable Radio says, yes to shoes. Floors are cold and I have cats. Yes, agreed. Naomi Baomi Faomi, shoes in the house, yes and no. Yeah, I guess it really, I mean, personally, I'm not a monster, so I wear my shoes at all times. Naomi also says, all that Google Lens gave me was ads for earrings, and I wasn't even wearing earrings in the photo I used. Boo. I'm going to use the Google image search and see if I get anything different. Let us know, please. Please. Pressing stuff, friends. Okay, well, we're getting close to wrap-up time. I did want to remind you about our Weird at Night voicemail. Yes, that's the Weird at Night voicemail, 971-599-3879. That's 971-599-3879. We got our first couple of community voicemails this past Saturday, and they were really, really interesting and fun. I would love to air more, so please call in, tell me a weird story. There's a 3-minute cap on the voicemail length. If you want to call in and just be a punk and try and punk me on the show, that is fine. I get to listen to them all in advance, so there's really very little of that you can do. But don't let that stop you, friends. I would love to air your voicemails here on Find Your Weird or Weird at Night. But right now, it's time for the auto-write. What is an auto-write? Well, friends, it is, it's a fun little exercise. It's an approximation of the tool of the surrealist, where we try to tap into our unconscious creative impulses. I'm going to count back from 10, and as I do, you just try to clear your mind. When I get to 1, I'll say go. When I say go, we all start tippity typing whatever comes into your head. Don't spell correct, don't edit. And we'll do that for about 30 or 45 seconds. And then after 30 or 45 seconds, we'll hit enter or return on I'll say stop. And then we hit enter or return on our keyboards. Everybody's auto-write shows up in the chat. And then we read them out loud, and then we get the hell out of here. So once again, I'll count back from 10. As I do, you try to clear your mind. When I get to 1, I'll say go. When I say go, we all start tippity typing. Whatever comes into your head, after about 30 or 45 seconds, I'll say stop. And then everybody hits enter or return on their keyboards. We read each other's auto-writes. Then we get out of here. We'll go raid somebody, huh? Okay, so let's do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, start typing. I will be right back. All right, and stop. Go ahead and enter return. I got very parched, friends. It's the first time that's ever happened in the history of this show. All right, we'll let more come in. Okay, mine is, we're all we need to be free when the dirty dingo drops a doom drop on the manhandle and there's no one left to say I'm sorry, but that's okay. Good job, me. Excellent job. Alex F&V says, given that there's a bear in the corner, I'm just holding my hands up and saying, come and get it, bear bitch. Fight a pigeon and go flying over to the morgue in Cleveland. You know what's there? Don't know. Ohio doesn't exist. Ever been to Ohio? Don't go. It's Satan's armpit. There's nothing there but fields and flat land. And oh, look at that. There's a harp. Blink, blink. Excellent, excellent. Auto-write, cousin. Dartone III, I was playing Duck Duck Goose with a bunch of hippos on meth. A lot of people don't know this, but hippos are very aggressive and dangerous, and the meth, like with people, makes me aggressive and horny. Makes them aggressive and horny. I have no choice but to fight and fuck my way out of there. Anyways, I broke my leg and got 3 hippos prego. Dark Talk. Jesus Christ. Naomi Bayomi Fayomi says, essence of eBay, linking of Instagram, Kraken, Craigslist. The end. Very well. Very well done. Better Kitty Meow. I'm definitely not an Amber because that is a weird name. I have only heard in Seattle, and I could be a name I can't think of. But likely one is a better fit. I have no traditions, but I'm not old because old is a state of mind, and my mind is more like a child who likes screaming birthday songs. Better Kitty Meow. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Everybody. Really beautiful. Naomi Bayomi Family says, once again, want to clear my mind. There are fewer words per minute, unlike many of y'all. It's different for everybody, friend. I mean, you know, whatever comes out is what comes out. Okay, so I told you, Steve Germany came to life. It was a little difficult. For Steve because once he got here, he thought he wanted to be here. And then he realized he had absolutely no idea how to survive in this world. And then there was this one time he accidentally took Blazing Space's acid.
I'm Private Shoe Detective Steve Germany. I've got more than a dozen days on the job and I've seen a lot. Nikes, Adidas, New Balance, even goddamn British Knights. Every shoe has a story. This is one of them. No weed. Almost got bored enough to watch Weird at Night. Forgot to buy food because I ate all my money. Got so hungry I ate these stamps Blazing Space left by the... Ooh, whoa. I'm a kitty. Look, I'm a kitty like Stardust. Where is Stardust anyway? Look at me rolling around like a little fluff. Wait, god damn it, I'm not wearing the right shoes for this hallway. Holy shit, I'm in a surge river. No, this deviating. Okay, now this is making more sense. Hi, lady. These are some pretty fucking weird kitties, but this kinda reminds me of home. Noir. Yeah, baby. Someone answer the telescope! I miss you, mama. I miss you, mama. Hold your baby boy. Hold your baby boy. Oh, I'm a kitty. Look at me. I'm a kitty like Stardust. Mama, Germany! Finally, some peace and quiet. I thought this place would be a lot more fun, and it turns out it's only fun when I'm wasted, which I can't be. In Noirland, you don't get wasted. Your chapter just ends and you come back when there's another story. Well, if that's as interesting as this place can get, I'm fucked. But how do I get back? My name is Steve Germany. I'm a dick. A private dick. I just find answers. I don't know why they exist, but there's always a victim. And those victims have stories. Be they Converse, Fila, Puma, or Reebok. I'm the one who tells them.
Well, that was Steve Germany's acid trip. And Steve, as you can see, was already plotting to get back to Noirland, realizing he made a huge mistake being here. And he ended up back in Noirland eventually after joining RaQAnon and being sentenced there by DeQueen. But we don't have to be sentenced by DeQueen because we can be back here this Saturday at 10 p.m. Pacific for Weird at Night. I would love it if you joined us. We had a fucking blast last Saturday. We had a big group of new people, which I'm always super pumped by, super excited by. So hopefully you will join us next Saturday at 10 p.m. for Weird at Night. This Saturday. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. for Weird at Night. What am I talking about? Anyway, it's time to get out of here. But I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me, answering some crazy questions. We learned that Google Lens is not exactly reliable and full of advertising. We learned, we laughed at Problem Magic Comedy. We listened to Tres Leches. A whole bunch of good shit happened tonight. And I look forward to sharing next Tuesday at 10 p.m. with you as well. But for now, I'm Patrick Galactic. We are the people of Weird at Night, and this has been Find your weird. Oh, yeah. There we go. Find your weird. Bye.